Alright YouTube, it's a little loud out here. This is the Shady Tree Mechanic once again. I'm not really sure if I like that little name that I give myself there, but whatever. I might change it. Anyway, what's more important is how I'm doing this in the city. Parked up on the curb, gives me enough room to slide under. Found some pegboard. And so this is the job that I was talking about in my previous video. So I guess we can call this part 2, but really kind of like the beginning. But right here, I don't know if anybody can tell what this is, but specifically, anything that takes that amount of rust, usually on the bottom of the car. Here in Pennsylvania, we get a lot of winter weather. Sometimes it's 50 degrees, the next time it snows like 10 inches. It's odd. It really is odd, and it doesn't make things easy. Especially when at the time you don't have a lift to work with. But so I went to my local store, Fastenal, and wait for the garbage truck to go by. Yeah, Fastenal, and they carry Knock or Loose. Fastenal is a good store. They carry all the oddball stuff, the stuff that's hard to get. I'm still looking to get my hands on some Croyle, but they said that they're actually a vendor for them. Well, Croyle's a verified vendor that they can order from. So on to the nitty-gritty here. Oh, and in Pennsylvania we have a store called Big Lots, and they sell some pretty cool stuff. There's my light, a little right there, 300 lumen. Probably overkill for such a tight area, especially when it's, you know, you got all that shadow and stuff. You don't need too much light. You don't want to keep on blinding yourself. You just want to be able to see what you're doing. And I'm pretty proud of myself here, and I am definitely telling you that Knock or Loose does its job whenever it possibly can. So I got 2 wrenches here. This is a 2009 Volkswagen Rutan. I'll probably have it in the description anyway, but what the heck. And here's the exhaust manifold. This is a 3.8 Chrysler engine, as many of you know. They shook hands and did a little joint venture here, making minivans. So we got a Volkswagen with a Chrysler engine in it. And let's see if I can focus better. Thankfully, they got the upstream O2 in the manifold itself, just before the flange, which is probably gonna be a pain in the butt to remove, but don't really leave a lot of space. You're definitely gonna need a deep O2 socket or something custom, like some of the guys in Pennsylvania do. They do a lot of custom stuff. But I'm gonna give a shout out to a couple guys that are a little above me, a little below me, guys that I watch and that I enjoy. Is South Main Auto. Okay, love your channel. Scanner Danner over in Pittsburgh, also awesome. Just watched the it's probably old, I don't know how old it is, but I watched your video on the big Mercedes there, 500, with no communication. Damn those fuses. But believe it or not, I'll show you how good this Knock or Loose is. I am breaking a little cardinal rule here, and I got 12-point box end wrenches on there, and it's still coming loose. And I'm having a great time. Let's see, right there on this corner there was a bolt here, and here, and it's gone. That one's actually snapped because it's the lowest one, got the worst weathering. And it looks like the factory has the flange, the 2 cutouts, and then they have a cutout on the catalytic converter side, and the cutouts are on the bottom. Let's see if I can get this light here. Bad lighting guy, I'm gonna get yelled at by Batman. I don't know if you guys saw that video. It's crazy, but yeah, see, there's the cutout, and there's the other cutout. They're on the bottom. Saw a couple other videos where they have them on the top, but either way, it makes it easier so you can hang the gasket, I guess. This is the problem, actually, why I'm removing it. I should probably get to that, huh? Bad host. But, that flange is broken. Broken. Can't even weld it. It's most likely stainless. I know most of us, we just want to remove and replace. Sometimes, you know, if you're good enough, you can see that. Let's see if I can move my hand here. I'm in the way. It's broken. It is broken. If there's such a thing. But I shouldn't be able to do that with the tips of my fingers at all. It's actually broken right at the flange, and it's making a hell of a noise. It makes this Volkswagen sound like a Chevy 350 with a straight pipe. Maybe not too loud, but anyway, I will continue on getting these bolts off. I decided to go with a penetrant, knock her loose, of course, and we'll see how I do. I'll cut this short, and I'll do a part 3. I plan on going downstream here. You can see there's a hanger welded to the pipe. You'll see the bump on the pipe, spot on the pipe. This is that little mid muffler they have here. And just past, so we got hanger number 1 here that I can see. Hanger number 2 just past the mid muffler, and past that second hanger that I mentioned is a clamp joint. You should be able to remove that, get the whole thing torn off. And as in video number 1, I showed you that flex joint. I'm going to have them weld that on there. I'm taking to note here that this catalytic converter comes up at an angle. So, see how the pipe here just goes. Here's the back of the catalytic converter. So it comes under, of course, which is pretty much flush with the bottom of the car here. And there it is. You can see how it's flush with the spare tire right there, which is always out of pain in the butt, but it goes up, over, and up in there. So it's on an angle, and I noticed that that flex joint is also welded at a slight angle. You know, you got to inspect things when you look at them and see if there actually is engineered in characteristics. Everything counts. Motor mounts, the shape of your motor mounts, there's an engineered in air gap with that stuff, you know. It all serves a purpose. It all works. Years and years of engineering. Alright, let you guys go.